A great day, earthly cousins. Okay, I'm reviewing some information in my book currently, and I'm reading like chapter one right now, but I'm also taking notes. So it's taking quite some time. However, as I am reviewing this information, it just takes me back to when I was trying to figure out, the next direction of my life. Um, and I've been, processing that part prior to me having kids. It was just something that was driven in me, saying like, okay, you should go back to school. And this was around the time that I was, engulfed into my art very much so. However, I felt like something, like the missing piece to something was missing. And I went and got my mental health and wellness master's degree, um, to get more in depth about the practice of what I'm doing, and to also help other people, as well as get into a behavior analysis. I was in the field of behavior analysis. However, this is just solidifying the things that I didn't know and I didn't know how to implement. However, these things are tying everything that I knew in my mind together, but for me to speak about out loud to other people that may need to have a better understanding of their own life. This field was created to help people with mental or physical disabilities. However, they're branching out to want to get us to help other people and not just physical or mentally disabled people. Right now, I'm working on helping someone lose weight, so I'm applying it in that practice. I've also applied it in the practice of other things. Yes, we do work with children, and it's mainly children and early intervention, and I'm using on my own kids too, periodically. However, when it comes to the mind, it's all about the mind. I want to be short with this because I'm already 2 minutes in. But when it comes to the human and animal mind, so there was experimental analysis that they conducted on non-human subjects. However, by them incorporating the experimental analysis with human subjects, it became more so um, clinical research. So the main thing with all this is I've always tried to find an approach to improve my life as well as improve the lives of others that I'm around. And whether that is me leading by example through my mental process, but we also view mental processes as a behavior as well, even though we can't see it. You can't observe someone's mental capacity, but the mind extracts what we are thinking through our behaviors. And this was all I've been trying to get to, is that there are so many people feeling like they are stuck in certain situations, or they're in this revolving door and they just can't get out of, or things just aren't changing and they're just receiving the same result every time. Everything is still functioning the same. We, in this field, they talk about the function, the function, the function. There's 4 different functions of a behavior. However, yes, therapy is great, but the therapy won't work if the person is not changing their behavior. That's all I'm trying to get to. I know it just took like 5 minutes to explain that, right? But it just also explains why I'm also passionate about the human mind, but I knew that there was more to the human mind. This, like, the universe is teaching me a lot. um and it sounds like I'm just like talking in circles, but to get to my point of why I pulled out my camera and as I'm supposed to be reading this stuff, it just points out that there are key points to what people are doing and how it can be understood. Anything can be understood through behavior. And the mind is a behavior. And if the mind is a behavior, if you view the universe as the conscious, then the conscious is the mind. Therefore, the universe is operating in a it's the universe has a behavior. And this is for those that are studying, like, this goes beyond like spiritual, but all this stuff ties into each other. As I'm learning, to me now, it might not tie that way to other people that's in this field or that's outside this field, but this is just from my own belief system. Now, I won't go and talk about this stuff with, clients or anything like that, but if this is just a conversation that I'm having, and it's a fun conversation that I'm having, then yeah, fine, because this is a fun conversation that I'm having because I enjoy this stuff. But when conducting assessments and clinical stuff, this is a whole different entity. But tying back into the universe, it is a conscious. The universe acts, and there's laws in the universe that even this book abides by. Things don't happen for a reason. I'm pretty sure a lot of people hear that. There is nothing coincidental about what is going on Earth right now, what is going on in the universe right now, because that happened for a reason. And it's just so crazy to even say that things are coincidental, because to say that things are coincidental is you're just saying that there's no explanation behind why something happened or why something didn't happen. The universe has a conscious. You have a conscious. We all have a conscious. We come from the universe. So everything has a reason why something is happening, and because it does, it can also be resolved. So if you're going through something, there's always a solution that can be solved. You just got to get down to why X, Y, and Z is happening, and move beyond that, and go into an approach that works for you, and that's going to actually be functional for your livelihood. But I just try to like stuff everything into one thing, one in this one video, not thing, but just in this one video. So much I can say, but as far as I've been like studying the mind, it goes beyond my own thinking. This is just based upon my own experiences, what I've observed myself, and the what people also tell me. So everything is making sense. Everything is making sense. Now, if I was to study something else, I will become a physicist. That is what I would do. Studying the mind, behavior, and I would just like to study physics and just see where that goes later in my life.